Hey, what is up guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be comparing Shift4Shop versus Shopify, which is the best e-commerce platform for you to use when you're looking to get started with selling your products online. That's what we're going to be diving in here in today's video, taking a look at, of course, the pros and cons, pricing, and really just everything you need to know when considering which is the best option, again, when you're deciding between Shift4Shop or Shopify, which is really the best one for you and your specific needs. And before we dive into things, I do want to mention, if you don't already have an e-commerce store and you do end up deciding to go with Shopify at the end of this video, I would recommend checking out that first link down below in the description. That's brendanvalesky.com/Shopify. That will take you right over to this page here. And you can get signed up with a free trial to Shopify. Right now, they are offering a free trial where you can enjoy 3 months of Shopify, 3 months for $1 a month on select plans. Again, that's that first link down below in the description. It's a great way to help out and support the channel. Of course, it is an affiliate link. Again, if you do decide to go with Shopify, you can go ahead and use that link to get the extended free trial. And again, that 3 months of Shopify for $1 a month on select plans. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the comparison, of course, Shift4Shop versus Shopify. Now, I will preface a little bit with each giving sort of an introduction before diving into maybe a few different examples and specific pricing as well. In general, I would say that Shopify really is, again, one of the most popular e-commerce platforms for a good reason. However, I have seen quite a lot of smaller businesses, especially those who are maybe selling in person as well, utilizing the Shift4 or Shift4Shop platform. Now, Shift4Shop used to be known as 3D Cart, if you're familiar. Of course, in the most recent years, Shift4 purchased 3D Cart, and now it is known as Shift4Shop. So Shift4 also does do point-of-sale systems as well. If you are looking to have those terminals, if you do have a brick-and-mortar business, again, Shopify does also have that as well. Now, if you're just looking at it from purely an e-commerce perspective and trying to sell things online, I, of course, will dive into that as well. Now, in general, Shift4Shop is slightly, a bit less popular in general, which can come with its own host of issues or maybe some problems as well that we'll be getting into later in this video as well when taking a look at the comparison between the two. In general, still both are great options when building out an e-commerce store. Just quickly taking a look at a couple of example stores. This one here we have France Luxe, and this one is built with Shift4Shop. Now, in general, most e-commerce stores nowadays are going to honestly have a very similar look and feel to one another in general, just when you're looking at the overall feel when it comes to design elements, the drag and drop capabilities, things like that that you would typically expect with a general e-commerce platform when you're looking to build out category pages or just looking to showcase certain types of products that you have for sale within your e-commerce store. So again, this is what you could build with a store and site design such as Shift4Shop, just the general look and feel and how it is designed as well. Now, taking a look at a Shopify example, of course, there are tons of different stores that you could really look at from both platforms to get ideas. This is ColourPop, popular beauty cosmetics brand, and they are built on Shopify as well. So as you can see, sort of a similar look and feel here in terms of their top nav bar. I do have a ton of other tutorials on this channel here if you do want to learn more about how to design your Shopify store, of course, or really just e-commerce stores in general, just general design tips and tutorials and how-to content on how to build out your store. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you want more e-commerce content as well. I do have a wide variety of e-commerce content on this channel, along with other business type content as well, personal finance, things like that as well. So as you can see here, the general design as well. Now, of course, this does come down to your own design skills in terms of how you want to build things within your store, but it is something worth mentioning as well. Just you can kind of get a similar look and feel with both platforms, really. Now, next, we're going to be diving into pricing. Of course, pricing is something that, of course, all of you guys are interested in knowing, hey, which is cheaper? Which is more expensive? What do I get with each platform? Now, taking a look here at Shift4Shop on their pricing page here, Shift4Shop can technically be $0, which is really cool and enticing to maybe a lot of you guys getting started. However, this is really only for people that already have customers or an email list, or you really already have a audience to market to, because in order to get that free pricing, you do have to process a minimum of $500 per month with Shift4 through your Shift4Shop store, and then your monthly e-commerce platform is free. So that is something to consider. If you are already doing a volume of $500 a month, then you can use Shift4Shop for free, which is really, really cool. Again, not necessarily something that most beginners will already have right out the gate, but it is something to keep in mind if you are planning on maybe launching some advertising campaigns and you're like, hey, we're definitely going to hit that $500 per month, then that could be another way you can sort of save money on the back end if you are planning on already having some sales coming through your store. Now, of course, if you don't already have that, then the basic plan that they have here would be $29 a month with PayPal for new customers only. That is their most basic platform fee as well. So that is something to keep in mind there. Now, in general, they do have a wide variety of features, of course, that I've mentioned before. In terms of that as well, they do have the different free themes that are included, fraud protection, migration assistance, things like that, that they can also help you with just on that base plan. That is just the platform fee as well. So it is something worth considering, and they really don't charge too much, beyond that basic $29 a month fee. To get everything else that you would want with the platform, which is really nice, especially compared to a lot of the other expensive platforms. Again, they do sort of compare themselves to those higher level Shopify plans that can be up to, $20 or $299 a month on some of those more enterprise level plans, or again, like they even reference here, $2,000 a month for something more like a Shopify Plus, which I know that's pretty niche. Not everybody's really going to be needing that type of level of plan. So, if you fit within that sweet spot, then maybe Shift4Shop could be good for you. Now, taking a look at Shopify and what Shopify has to offer, of course, with their pricing, again, they do have the $1 a month for 3-month trial. If you are interested in that, first link down below in the description. That's brandvalesky.com/Shopify. Just figured I'd mention it here since they are mentioning it here on their pricing page. Now, Shopify is a little bit more expensive than Shift4Shop when you're just taking a look at the raw pricing. However, there are more plans available for Shopify if you are sort of at different levels and different tiers. Now, the base level for a full-fledged e-commerce store with Shopify on the monthly plan is $39 a month currently. You can pay yearly to save and bring it down to the same price as Shift4Shop at that $29 a month price point. Something worth considering. Again, you do also have that 3-month sort of trial or teaser pay period. So, that kind of gives you a little bit of wiggle room to get started if you are looking to save money on that front. And of course, if you don't have that $500 a month in sales that Shift4 requires to at least get it for free. If you're trying to just be on the cheap, that's something worth considering. But the regular monthly plans are a little bit more expensive. Again, the yearly plan would be exactly the same at the basic level if you want a full-fledged e-commerce store. Now, I will mention Shopify does have a couple of other alternative plans. Again, maybe you don't need the whole Shopify. Like, most people can get along fine with just the basic plan on Shopify. The Shopify advanced plan and the advanced plan here for medium or large businesses, or even smaller businesses, maybe with multiple locations, things like that, 5 staff accounts, things like that. Most people don't necessarily need that on the higher end of things. But if you are, again, brand new, the Shopify does also offer an even cheaper alternative solution, such as the starter plan. I do have a full overview video on my channel as well. Just search my channel name and then the Shopify starter plan. I dive more into the specifics of the starter plan in that video, but just as a brief summary here, it is $5 a month, of course, currently as of the time making this video. All the pricing here mentioned in today's video is accurate as the making of today's video. Go to the pricing pages to make sure it's most up to date. But in general, most of these comparisons will probably ring true. Now, the Shopify starter plan is a little bit more basic. You don't actually have a fully fledged e-commerce store and website. So if you're looking to do SEO or blog posts, things like that, you would need to go with either, Shift4Shop's regular e-commerce store, or even Shopify's basic plan if you do want a full-fledged website. If all you're trying to do is sell through social media and through those channels, then hey, the starter plan could be good for you. Again, it is a lot cheaper, either way, and there's no requirements. It's really just $5 a month is pretty cheap. It's a good starter plan, just getting started, and then it will scale and ramp up if you continue to grow your business with Shopify as well. So this is something worth considering. I figured I'd mention it. It is an alternative plan. Again, if you are looking for more enterprise level solutions, that's not really the gist of this video here. Of course, that's a little bit outside of the scope of this video, but of course, Shopify Plus is available for that. That's, again, sort of outside of the scope of this video here today in this comparison, because it's just, again, outside of the scope. So Shift4Shop in comparison to Shopify as well. Some other things worth mentioning beyond just the pricing, but I figured I would give a good detailed pricing comparison because it's a lot to understand, a lot to compare there between the two and really understanding them both. In general, Shopify, again, coming back to the popularity point, and where this really matters is the apps side of things. So Shopify does have a much larger app marketplace and app store. If you are at all interested in doing drop shipping, I have mentioned that on the channel many different times in other videos. If you're interested in that as a business or fulfillment method, then Shopify is definitely your way to go because they just have a ton more drop shipping apps in general. You're not really going to get that with Shift4Shop. Now, if you are, again, with the popularity side of things, if you're looking for very niche scenarios or maybe you need a specific tool for your business, you're probably going to be able to find that on Shopify just because of the pure popularity of the platform. There's a lot more just developers developing apps for Shopify, frankly, than what is available with Shift4Shop. Now, Shift4Shop isn't bad by any means. They still have some apps, but it's just not at all the same amount of apps that you could come to expect with a platform like Shopify. You just have a lot more apps in development in general when building out your store. Now, to that point, in terms of building out your store, Shopify at times can be a little overwhelming, frankly, and that's why I create a lot of tutorials on the channel here to walk people through that, just because there's so much that you can customize, whereas Shift4Shop, little bit more basic in terms of easier to, the learning curve isn't as high. Let's just say that. The learning curve is not as high with Shift4Shop. You're not necessarily as dumped into this incredible ocean of customization and things that you can change and edit and tweak, whereas that's how it is really with Shopify. And of course, you don't have to necessarily tweak all that. You can get away with just with their themes, as you can see here, that they have available, and a lot of these are great templates that you really don't even need to customize that much. But it is something worth considering in terms of some of the customizations. Again, even some of the apps that you may want to use, just it can be a little overwhelming, a lot to customize. If you don't necessarily need all that, then maybe Shift4Shop could be good for you. If you don't care about maybe as much of the apps availability and as much of the customization, if you're going to have a fairly basic e-commerce store, just selling physical products online or whatever types of products you sell, then Shift4Shop could still be good for you. Again, maybe if you're doing a print-on-demand business as well. And if you are at that threshold of the $500 processed per month, that can make Shift4Shop just that much more enticing as well. So those are some of the big comparisons there, at least in terms of popularity, some things to keep in mind really when you're comparing the two. Ultimately, both are great platforms. Like, you have a ton of different themes, as you can see here, premium themes as well available within Shift4Shop. In general, both are going to, get you by as far as an e-commerce platform, accepting those payments, making sure everything is compliant and good and ready to go to accept payments online. Really, both platforms handle all the basics there. It's just, popularity feature is worth considering as well. And some of the other aspects that I mentioned here in today's video. So hopefully you found this helpful in comparing Shift4Shop and Shopify and helping you decide maybe which platform is best for you. Again, it really just depends on, again, the size of your business, where you're at, and really what you're looking for as well. I would advise you try both out. Tests, they both have free, trials or things that you can sign up for free to just get started. So it's worth testing them both out, see which one you like better. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Again, if you did, be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe button as well when you're comparing, again, Shift4Shop and Shopify. If you do decide to go with Shopify, I do want to mention one last time, you can go ahead and check out that first link down below in the description box. That's brandonvalesky.com/Shopify. That will take you right over to this page here. We can get started with a Shopify free trial. Again, it's a great way to help out and support the channel and keep these tutorials coming to you in comparison videos and really everything that I create here on this channel today. So guys, Thank you so much for watching this comparison video, and be sure to smash that like button again, hit the subscribe button, share this video, comment down below, everything you want to do. But anyway, guys, that is all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.